Hi, and welcome back to the Gratitude Incarnate podcast. I'm your host, Amanda Rose, and this is the Daily Divine Download. Today's Divine Download is very special to me. So I've been telling you guys about working through this book writer's boot camp and the work that I've been doing on my book. And it's given me so much information and insight into this process, and it's really inspired me to come up with a process that can help the audience for this book embody the attitude of gratitude instantly or as quickly as possible, because that's what's really important to me. I want to help people who are struggling with depression, anxiety, and grief. People who are similar to me, women, from the ages of about 25 to 55 who experience these things and who are looking for help from their suffering. So I really wanted to come up with a program, a process, something that could help people work through this, get into an attitude of gratitude, and embody that through any situation. So I started thinking, what can I do? I didn't want to go with like a numbered step process. That's something that a lot of people do, like 7 steps to this or 6 steps to help with that. That's not what I wanted to do. And I really wanted it to be focused on gratitude, because that's my core message. That's what this is all about. That's why I started all of this. That's why I'm where I'm at. That's why I'm bringing you this message today. So with help from someone very special to me, I came up with an acronym for the word gratitude, and that is the process. And I'm going to talk to you guys about that today. You are the very first people that I'm sharing this with. So let's just take a moment to celebrate that. Thank you for being along on this journey with me. It means so much to me. So let's get into it. This is an acronym for the word gratitude, and this is the process that I've developed to help us embody that attitude of gratitude in every moment, any situation. So starting with G, the first thing you're going to do is ground yourself. We can do this with journaling, breath work, meditation. I really like breath work. Take a couple of deep breaths. I've taken classes to learn different breathing techniques, but there's lots of ways you can learn about that, especially nowadays with things like YouTube and podcasts. There's lots of tools out there that can help you. Okay, so get grounded. That's the very first step, and it's really, really important. R, remember when you wanted to be here. Now, when I was thinking about this process and working this out, I understand that sometimes in that moment, when we feel like we're suffering from these things, depression, anxiety, grief, we're like, I didn't want to be here. Like, let's take grief, for example. Okay, let's say you've lost a loved one and you think, I did not want to be in this moment. But there was a time where you wanted to be with that person, okay? There was a time when that relationship and being in that relationship was important to you. And we have to remember that there are just sometimes unforeseen circumstances, and we can still appreciate that. That is a part of your journey and your experience with that person, okay? And it really is a beautiful thing to be there and to honor the life of someone that we lost by having gratitude for wanting to be with them, okay? And in that sense, we are with them. We're saying our last goodbyes. Or maybe after they're gone, their presence is still with us, okay? The next letter is A, acceptance. Accept to receive what the universe is offering you. I wholeheartedly believe that every single moment, every breath you take and every pause in between is a gift from the universe. And when we can have acceptance of that, when we can receive this moment that we're in, this suffering, this depression, this anxiety, this grief, that this is a gift and that the universe is offering this to us, that's going to help us embody that attitude of gratitude. I'll give you a perfect example. When I was going through my suffering, my bout of depression, I didn't want to accept that as my reality, okay? I felt empty, and that's not what I wanted. But now when I look back, I see the true offering from the universe, that moment that I was in is what ignited this spark in me. And without that, we wouldn't be right here together today. So just have acceptance. And when we can have it in the moment instead of after the fact, that's going to help us embody that attitude of gratitude. Okay. The next letter is T. Tend your own garden. Okay. You're aware that in this moment, you are cultivating a healthy mindset for yourself. You are raising your vibration to a vibration of gratitude. All right. The next letter is I. Interpret. Interpret every situation as if it is working out for your highest good. Okay? There's always these details. And a lot of the times, it's the details that bring on the suffering with the grief and the depression and the anxiety. Okay? When we can interpret this data, these details, as if they are all things that are working out for our highest good, that is going to help us embody an attitude of gratitude. All right. The next letter is T. Think about your core values. Okay. I talked about this on a previous episode. Again, I can put a link in the show notes if this is something that you're not sure about what core values really means. But basically, core values are like one word that is what you want to embody, okay? Like for me, those things are abundance, beauty, freedom, things like that, all right? Go back to that, because when you go back to that, that's going to help you embody gratitude in that moment, okay? Like for me, let's say I'm having anxiety because I'm coming from a lack mindset, like I don't have enough. Abundance is one of my core values. So when I think about my core value of abundance, I can switch out of that lack mindset and focus and go back to, okay, this is what I stand for. I stand for abundance, not lack. And that's going to help me get out of that anxious feeling and embody gratitude. All right. The next letter is U. Understand that this situation is unique to you. And that is the beauty of this human experience, okay? You are here for this experience. Have gratitude for this moment that you're in, because no one else is getting this. This is just for you. And when you can understand that, you can embody an attitude of gratitude. Okay, the next letter is D. Detach from the outcome. This is a big thing that causes grief, anxiety, depression, attachment. Okay, it is because we are so attached to people, situations, places, things. We're so attached to this stuff that it's when we have the idea of losing it or we have lost it, it brings on that depression and that anxiety and that grief. Okay, so when we can detach and just know that everything that we need is in us already, then we can embody an attitude of gratitude. And the last letter is E. And this one's really important. And if you notice, we're kind of working from the ground up, all right? The next letter is E, and it stands for enlightenment. We can see each experience as a lesson, and this enlightenment is the highest vibration, okay? And when we get to this point, we've really embodied this attitude of gratitude. When we work through this whole process, we've enlightened ourselves because we know that what we're going through right now is serving us, okay? This is for you. It's not happening to you. It's happening for you, All right. So that's it, guys. I really hope that you enjoy this. I really hope, write this stuff down, come back and listen to it as many times as you want. If you're feeling like you're going through this, come back, save this episode, and come back and listen to it. Just go ahead and download it, have it on your phone. This way, when you're going through this, you can use this to help you, okay? You can use this to help raise your vibration, and you don't have to suffer from depression. You don't have to suffer from anxiety, and you don't have to suffer from grief, okay? These are natural experiences that we're going to have, but as we go through this path to embodying gratitude, these are things that can help us do that if that's what you really want to do. We get a choice. We get to choose if we want to stay in that place, okay? We get to choose if we want to adapt that mindset permanently. That is also the beauty of this experience. But if you want a different way, this can help you. Okay, and I just want to put on a disclaimer here. I am not a medical professional. I am not a psychologist, a psychiatrist. I am not a medical doctor. However, this is coming from my personal experience, okay? And I am aware that there are some people out there that have chemical imbalances, and it may make this process not... I'm not going to say that this process won't work for those people, but there are some people out there that just medicine helps them to balance out their brain, okay? And I just think that sometimes people suffer from those things, depression, anxiety, and grief because of those chemical imbalances. All right, so I feel like there is a place for every type of healing. I'm not knocking anything. I'm not saying that you don't have to get help from other places. I'm just telling you what has helped for me, because I feel like it will help a lot of people that are in a similar situation to the one that I was in. So that is it for today. That's what I'm going to leave you with. Like I said, I hope that this is helpful. I hope that you come back and listen to this. And if you feel like it's helpful for you, go ahead and share it with a couple of your friends as well, because it may help them also. If you love this podcast episode, please leave a review. It really means a lot to me, and it helps get this podcast out to other people. All right. So that's it, guys. Thanks so much for listening, and I want you to have a grateful day.